I'm Ramsey Clark, speaking to you from New York. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. I wish I could be with you. I'd like to congratulate the sponsors of your very important convention on the crimes of Guantanamo Bay Prison, and give you a little background on the long crimes that went into the creation of that prison. The United States declared war against Spain in 1898, invaded and took over Cuba and the Philippine Islands way out in the Pacific, Puerto Rico, a few other places. Kept most of them for a long time, kept the Philippines, the whole Philippine Islands, if you can believe it, until 1946. Kept Puerto Rico to this day. It's a Commonwealth, part of the United States. And it's kept the Guantanamo Bay until this moment. Guantanamo is strategically located on what's called the Windward Passage between Cuba and Haiti. It's by far the best ocean route for ships from the North Atlantic to the Panama Canal. The United States wanted it for military purposes, and it became very important during World War I. We took Panama away from Colombia by force and threat, built the canal, and have maintained Guantanamo in violation of the agreement, which was that it could only be used as a fuel station all these years. We've imprisoned Haitians there before the present usages. It's one of the great crimes against humanity of our time. Been crimes against Sudan too by the United States we shouldn't ignore. The United States was a principal backer and financer of the long war for secession in the southern parts of Sudan. I mean, he gave hundreds and hundreds of firearms and dollars to the secessionists, and cost thousands of lives in Sudan, and a terrible tax on the economy. One of the most incredible outrages, crimes against Sudan by the United States, was the attack with 21 Tomahawk cruise missiles against the Al-Shifa pharmaceutical plant right in Khartoum. Just blasted it off the map. I remember going through the ruins there and just a shell of one building left standing. That was a critically important plant. It was the pride of the healthcare system in the whole country. It provided more than 70% of all the pharmaceuticals available for the 7 highest causes of death in Sudan, beginning with malaria. And at a cost of the pharmaceuticals, a minor fraction of what they cost on the market. So no telling how many people died or had bad health in Sudan and elsewhere, because Sudan was very generous with those medicines. It gave free medicines to Pakistan and other countries, as I recall. And here we are just, and it was a sporting event almost, because they sent missiles from the Mediterranean, from the Indian Ocean, like they were testing or something, and destroyed this plant. And of course they've labeled Sudan a sponsor of terrorism in violation of its rights under the UN Charter as to equal sovereignty. It's a direct insult and threat to the nation. We have to see an end to that. But Guantanamo is special. It's a criminal enterprise. It has taken people, including this valiant Sudanese cameraman for Al Jazeera, attack on freedom of information, and held him for 6 years, destroyed his health. From all we can understand at this time, his health is very precarious. It's absolutely imperative that, I mean, for the dignity of humanity on earth, that Guantanamo be condemned and closed forever and returned to Cuba. That land returned to Cuba. It belongs to Cuba. Cuba has suffered all these years too. It's had an embargo by the United States, a blockade, that little island, since 1959. It's been like whipping every one of the 11 million Cubans every day of their lives, because it's cut off the economic opportunities for the whole population. So we also have to remember that Guantanamo is only one of the many prisons, many secret places that the United States is kidnapping and holding people now. And all of them have to be closed and prohibited. And we can't permit the United States to use other countries or other countries to engage in the same thing on behalf of themselves or the United States. If you take prisoners, you've got to announce who they are, you've got to name their families, you've got to have charges against them, you've got to give them the right to counsel and all the rights that are essential to human dignity. So let's hope that we'll achieve freedom for Sami al-Hajj. He's been treated very cruelly. We hope that he'll have good health when he gets out, and it'll be soon, and he'll be home in Sudan with his family and loved ones. And then all the other prisoners will be released, and then we can stop the United States from these multiple crimes and aggressions against the dignity of every child, woman, and man on earth. Best wishes on your convention, and congratulations on your effort. Thanks.